other setups that have been paying us religiously all throughout 2024 and the start of 2025. Each setup, such as the 322 first live reversal, 4-hour retrigger, and the 12-hour system, have a hit rate with well over 90%. Now, if you don't believe me, you can go ahead and ask the community. Once again, like I said, whenever these setups pop up on board, I will always tell you guys, to size in on these positions. Now, size in doesn't mean to full port. Does that make sense, guys? Size in. So say you have $1,000 account and you leverage 1 to 2 contracts. Okay. When you see one of these 3 setups, you want to go on at least 3, 4 contracts. Make sense, guys? If you have a $5,000 account and your typical position size is anywhere between 300 to 800, on the first live 322 reversal, the 4-hour retrigger, or the 12-hour system, you're going to want to size in $1,000 to $1,500. Okay, makes sense, guys? Again, guys, when I say size up, that does not mean full port. Can you guys hear me? All right, so all right, we'll break down the first live 322 reversal. Now, for all the new traders in here, these 3 main setups will not make sense to you if you do not know how to trade the strat. But I'm gonna tell you guys right now, don't be discouraged. Just because you don't know how to trade the strat, does not mean that you should not pay attention today. Take notes, pay attention, because it's going to come around more often than not. Meaning you'll see them often, you'll trade them often. So it's all just going to be repetition. That's what I'm saying. So just by a show of hands, who does not know how to trade the strat by Rob Smith? Holy shit, that's a lot of people. Still learning. Holy shit. That's a lot of people. Still learning. Okay. That's a lot of people. I think tomorrow, Thursday, after hours as well, I'll be hosting a basics to the strat class. But for now, just pay attention. This is for the people that have. This is for the people that kind of have a nice understanding of the strat. If you understand the strat, you should be able to interpret the first live 322 reversal, 4-hour retrigger, and the 12-hour system within intraday trading. All right, guys. So to break down the first live 322 reversal, the first live 322 reversal is exactly what it sounds like. It's the first live reversal the moment that market opens. Okay. So in order to have a first live 322 reversal, I need to pull one up here. Let me see if I can find one. What I'll do is I'll draw it out here. Okay, so first live 322. Okay, so there are two potential ways that you can take the first live 322 reversal. Obviously, if you have a 2 up, you can have a reversal. If you have a 2 up, it'll be a reversal to the downside. A 2 down would be a reversal to the upside. Okay, so it's a series of 3 candles. Okay, it's a series of 3 candles. You'll need a 3 bar at 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna show you guys some examples. I just kind of want to just break it down to you guys. So in order to have a first live 322 reversal, your first session within a series of 3 candles, the 5 a.m. session needs to be a 3 bar. A 3 bar is an outside bar. Okay. Your 6 a.m. session would either need to be a 2 down or a 2 up. So if I have a 2 down, a 3-2 down on the 322, okay, a 3-2 down, okay, I would need a 2 up opposing. This would be a 3-2-2 up. vice versa. If I were looking for a reversal to the downside, okay, I would need a 3-bar at the 5 a.m. session. If you have a 3-2 up, that'll be a reversal to the downside. That's what I'm saying, guys. Again, for other new traders in here, it's going to seem very confusing until you understand just like the basic strat combos of the strat. A lot easier for you to understand. I'm going to show you guys some live examples, but what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to screenshot this so that you can keep it. Bar. Outside bar. So your outside bar is always at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Either your 3-2 down or your 3-2 up is at 6 a.m. So your 6 a.m. session is the important factor. Okay, you'll have an outside bar at the 5 a.m., but the 6 a.m. somewhat essentially dictates which type of reversal you're taking. Either you're taking a reversal to the upside or you're taking a reversal to the downside. You guys. And then once I finish off here, take a screenshot, and I'm gonna go and show you guys a live example. Obviously, in hindsight, right? And then 2 down. I'll go ahead and answer questions after I talk about it. Jumping around will kind of just get everybody confused. Okay. So first live 3-2-2 reversal. Okay. First live 3-2-2 reversal is a series of 3 candlesticks. The strat combo that we're utilizing is exactly what it is in the title. It's a 3-2-2 reversal either to the upside or to the downside. In order to have, again, in order for the first live 3-2-2 reversal to show up on board, is you will need an outside bar at 5 a.m. and that will show up during pre-market. Sense, guys? Okay, so no matter what, if you do not have an outside bar at 5 a.m., you do not have a 3-2-2 first live reversal. Okay, so at 5 a.m. during pre-market, okay, you would need an outside bar. And at 6 a.m., also during pre-market, you would need either a 2 down, okay, either a 2 down or a 2 up. Now, just to make this a proactive session here, if I have a 3-2 down, am I anticipating a reversal to the upside or to the downside there? It's not a trick question, guys. Upside. Perfect. 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 Now, if I have a 3-2 up, am I anticipating a reversal to the upside or the downside? Downside. Perfect. Hey, guys, I truly appreciate you guys for being proactive, putting any answers in the chat right there. It lets me know that you guys are listening, right? Beautiful stuff there. Okay, so now that we understand that it's a series of 3 candles and we can have 2 components to it, whether it be a reversal to the upside or to the downside. Okay. The significant thing about this first live 3-2-2 reversal is when you have the first live 3-2-2 reversal up on board, the move will typically happen between 7 a.m. and 8 o'clock. Okay. This is probably where, again, the reason why I love the first live 3-2-2 reversal and the reason why it's so powerful and the reason why it has a high hit rate is because it's within the early hours of the market. Holy shit, sorry guys. So it's within the early hours of the market. That's typically when you have a lot of volatility in the market. That's when that's when you have the most volume being traded in the market. Makes sense, guys? Okay, so again, the reason why this first live 322 reversal is so powerful, and the reason why you do get like beautiful movements is because again, it typically happens with it happens earlier in the day. Okay? First live is okay. So before we move on to the live examples, anyone have any questions in regard to the 322 first live reversals? Again, it's a series of three. It's a series of three candlesticks. You have a 3 bar, an outside bar at 5 a.m. Hey guys, your 6 a.m. session is either a 2 up or a 2 down. Now, if I have a 2 down on the 6 a.m. session, that means that I'm looking for a reversal to the upside. If I have a 2 up, that means I'm looking for a reversal to the downside. Okay. Now, as far as price targets, we'll go over that once we get the live example. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. So I want you all to screenshot this. Let me know when you guys are finished screenshotting this. Drop a plant emoji when you guys are ready to move on here. Holy shit, we got 300 people in the audience tonight. That is fucking beautiful. When it comes to news, so that we also got another beautiful question. Powell said, "What about red news? Do you still take it? Also, what time frames? What are times when you see the setup and do not take it?" So, like I said, the 322 first live reversal, it don't matter if you got fucking red folders at 7 o'clock. It don't matter, if fucking Powell's speaking. It don't matter if fucking FOMC's up on board. It does not matter. When that 322, when that first live 322 reversal's on board, cut out all the noise and trade that combo specifically on that day. That's what I'm saying, guys. Again, it does not matter if there's a red folder at 7 o'clock. It does not matter if Powell's speaking on at 7 o'clock. If that 322 first live reversal triggers, you take it instantly. Out of all the first live 322 reversals that we've taken from January 1st up until now, there has been 0 losses. And I know shit you, 0 fucking losses. So when again, data, right? World news, right? Does not matter. Once it triggers, it's going to push in that direction. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to show you guys entries in regards to the 322 first live reversal, as well as the stop loss portion of it. Okay? There is a stop loss to this trade plan here. We don't just get in randomly or get in blind. Now, let's move on to a first live reversal. I think we caught a first live reversal on numerous accounts here. Let's see if I can find one here. See, when was the last time we took a 322 live? Here it is. Okay. So this was a live example that we've taken the first live 322 reversal. Okay. So first things first is locating a 3 bar at 5 a.m. Can we all agree that at 5 a.m. during pre-market, we have a 3 bar here? Is this a 3 bar at 5 a.m.? Yeah, right? That's the first thing that you need to look at. So every single morning, you need to be scanning for cues. I hardly trade off a SPY, but it's been playing through SPY as well. Guaranteed base hit. IWM, I haven't been trading. I don't think I've ever taken a 322 first live reversal on IWM. But when it comes to QQQs, this is something that you'll look for at every single morning.
Hey,
5 o'clock hits. If you see an outside bar, you're anticipating you're anticipating a directional session. So again, that being said, we all can agree that we have an outside bar at 5 a.m. Right?
Yeah, bye.
Okay. So can we? So now that we have a 5 a.m. outside bar and a 2 down, right? Am I anticipating for the reversal to? Am I anticipating a 322 up or a 322 down? Upside. Beautiful. Now, again, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and mark off my entries and my stop losses. It's as simple as I'm going to make it look. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's what I'm saying, guys. Okay, so So we have an outside bar, right? Get used to the terminology. Whenever you hear outside, that means it's a 3 bar. Okay. Whenever you hear a 3 bar, that means it's an outside. Okay. So we have an outside bar at 5 a.m. during pre-market. All we can do is spectate. All we can do is look and anticipate for the next directional session. So at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right? If we have a 2 down, right, like so, this means that we anticipate for a reversal to the upside. Okay. Okay. So we have a 3-2 down. Once you have an outside at 5 a.m. and a directional, in this case here 2 down, okay. As simple as I'm going to make it be is within a candle session, you have the body and then you have the wicks. When it comes to finding your entry, you're always going to mark off the high of that session. So within a candle session, the highs and the lows are the wicks. The wicks are the lows and the highs. Okay. So if I were to mark off the high of this 2 bar at 6 a.m., where would I mark this out, guys? Boom, top of the wick. Okay. Now this is your entry. Okay. It's as simple as I make it to is as simple again, it's as simple as it looks. Okay, guys. Now, once you mark off your high, you're also going to mark off your low. Because this is going to tell you. So if we trigger the 2 up, right? If price opens up inside, okay, and we trigger 322 down, are we gonna get into a call position? Yup, exactly. No. That is no longer a 322 reversal. This is what you call a 322 continuation, right? Notice how we had a 3 bar reversal to continuation at 6 a.m. Once 7 o'clock session opens, that's a 2-2 continuation to the downside. The 322 first live reversal is now invalid. Okay, makes sense. Now, let's say we open up inside. Okay, boom, we open up inside 321. What this is called, if we open up 321, this is called an actionable signal. 321 equals actionable signal. Makes sense, guys. Okay. Once again, 321 actionable signal. As simple as I make it to be, is as long as that first live stays inside, meaning we don't break the high of that previous session, and we don't break the low of that previous session, we are staying cash position. Makes sense, guys? Super simple. Now, the reason why I say stay cash position is because, again, you would have traders that come into the community based off of word by mouth. Yo, Ayce been making a shit ton of fucking money for a lot of the community members, right? Whoop-de-whoop. So they get in here. They, they get in. They're like, oh shit, first live 322 reversals up on board. You know what? I'm going to penny pinch the market. I'm going to try to get in a little bit earlier. That's where you fuck up. Don't ever get into a trade early. Okay. If you're gonna learn the system, understand the system, trade the system exactly how it is. Okay, guys. So again, if we open up 321, what's that called, guys? The actionable signal. We wait until the actionable signal gives us direction. Okay. So boom, once we trigger the 322 up, this is our entry. Now, the question that should be stirring up in your head is, yo, Ayce, if I get in at the high, if I get in at the reversal of that 2 down, where's my price target? Your price target is the high always of that outside bar. So like so. So in this case here, pre-market highs. That's what I'm saying. Any questions so far, guys? Pretty straightforward. Okay. So let's break it down again because I know we got a lot of new traders in here. I want to break it down. I want this to be mellifluous. I want this session to flow mellifluously for you all. Okay, so again, when you've indicated, right, when you've located an outside bar at 5 a.m., you wait for the next directional. Okay, 3-2 down. Once you've indicated the 2 down or the 2 up, you go ahead and mark off the the directional high of that session and the low of that session. Okay, guys? And then once market opens at 7 o'clock, okay, we open up as what, guys? An actionable single. Once we open up actionable, okay, and we trigger that 2-2 reversal to the upside, okay, that is your way of entry. That's basically the market saying, hey, yo, you got to get in. Money's at the finish line for you right there. That's what I'm saying, guys, okay? Now, there will be some instances back in 2024. I have ran across a time where we triggered the 3-2-2 reversal to the upside, and the moved in opposing, meaning we went 3-2-2 up. Okay, meaning we went 3-2-2 up, right? And sellers stepped in, causing for price to wick down and then go outside within that same session. Okay, so that is your stop loss. Your stop loss is when that directional, that 2-2 rev triggers. Okay, when that 2-2 rev triggers, pushes back down the initial 2-2 rev trigger. Okay, there are 2 ways to sell for this loss here. I usually go for the outside. Okay, you can. So once we go 2 up, okay, and it moves back down below entry, you can mark off your 50% of that directional, your entry candle, okay? And once price closes below that area, in this case here, 482.39, which is the 50% of that directional, okay, you sell for the loss, right? That would be considered a tight stop loss, in my opinion, right? Now, if you want to hold, so this is what I typically do, and I would advise for you guys to do the same thing, right? Is instead of keeping a tight stop loss, because that's typically what would happen is your stops would get hit, during intraday price action. Okay, is I would essentially wait for that directional candle that we entered in. I would sell for a loss once it goes outside. Make sense, guys? Okay. So again, let me reiterate stop losses. Okay. We have our way of entry. Once we open up 3-2-1, we anticipate for price to go 3-2-2 up to the upside. Okay. If price just somehow pushes back, right, pulls back beyond our entry point, first price target option would be if it breaks 50% of the previous session, right? And then my stop loss is typically I would wait for that 2 up to go outside, meaning within that 7 a.m. session, we take out the high and the low simultaneously within that 60-minute session. Make sense, guys? Okay. Any questions so far? Let me know if you guys have any questions so far before we move forward. Easy, right? I'm telling you right now, it's as simple as it is. What if it goes? No, it's not what if it goes. There is no if. It's a 3-2-2 reversal. If it goes 3-2-1, closes as a 1, you fucking fade it. There is no what if. Okay? Stop trying to put in these different fucking scenarios and just focus on the first live reversal. It's a 3-2-2 first live reversal. You got many people trying to recreate the system, and then you wonder why they're fucking up and not making money. That's what I'm saying. So 3-2-2 first live reversal. There's no 3-2-1 close as a 1, and then you take the 2 upside. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's a 3-2-2 first live reversal. That's all it is. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't think about, oh shit, well, if it closes inside, I'm gonna take the 1-2 down. Okay, guys. 3-2-2 first live reversal. That's what I'm saying. Now, as far as price targets, again, we open up 3-2-1. You catch your entry. Okay, you capture your entry. Your first price target, again, your magnitude, quote unquote magnitude, will be at the high of that 3 bar. Okay. Quick question: can you look at SPY? No, I'm not gonna look at fucking SPY. We're focusing on QQQ, my brother. We're not looking at SPY. Focusing on QQQ. All right. So again, so any questions? Any questions yet? Yes. As far as expirations, I stick to ODTE all the time unless specified otherwise. Okay, guys. Yeah, so I think Eastern time is 9, 10, 11 Eastern time. Okay. Now, as far as entry, okay, now I think this is where people get a little bit confused is, yo, Ace, if it hits your trigger, do you wait for a 50% breach? Do you wait for a 3 or 5 minute candle closure above your entry? Never. Okay, we don't wait for a 50% breach. We don't wait for a candle close. Once price taps your entry, you're getting in instantly. Hey guys, you're getting in instantly. Again, you're not waiting for a 50% breach on the 3 or 5 minute time frame. You're not waiting for a candle closure. Because like I said, if you wait, so within, I'd say within like 6 and 8 o'clock, if you wait for a candle closure on that 60-minute push, what's going to happen is you'll miss the entire entry. It's just going to move without you. That's what I'm saying, guys. So again, this is essentially a quote unquote, momentum trade because it's happening earlier in the market. Hey guys. Yeah. So in this specific case here, so the rule of thumb when it comes to QQQs is the rule of thumb when you're trading QQQs in regards to choosing the right contracts is I will never go more than $3 away from your entry, right? So if I'm looking at this 322, right, my entry here is at 483.95. Okay, the highest I will go is 486 in regards to my strike price. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So let's get okay. Let's just bring in the scenarios, right? So if we at 7 o'clock, if we open up inside, okay, boom, 3, 2, 1, we got an inside here. Our entry is sitting at 483.95. If we trigger 483.95, the contracts that I would potentially choose are 483s, 484s, 485s, and 486s. Okay, 46 is probably the highest I'd potentially go. Okay. But when it comes to the first live, okay, that's in regards to any type of breakout trade, right? So if I have a natural key level sitting at 485, then I would utilize that $3 max. That's what I'm saying, guys. Now, when it comes to say the first live 322 reversal, my price targets are always based off of the magnitude. Okay. So if you can see my chart here, if we break above 483.95, what's my magnitude sitting at, guys? Price target. So number is all the way down there, right? So if my magnitude is 484.95, what strike price do you think that I would choose? Drop it in the chat, guys. If I have an entry sitting at 483.95 and my magnitude is at 484.95, what strike price would I be looking at? Yup, 45 calls. Correct. You can either go 44s or 45s. In this case here, I'll probably go 45s. So this trade was taken on May 1st, right? This trade was taken on May 1st. And let me show you guys how much we made on May 1st. On May 1st, yeah, May 1st, I made $12,000 and $12,768. And this was just based off of the first live 322 reversal. Right? And if you don't believe me, go ahead and send the link here. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? As far as the first live 322 reversal, let's go ahead and break it down one more time because I know a lot of people have a hard time. I know a lot of people. It takes certain people to understand something, on numerous accounts. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head what the percentage was. Can't remember off the top of my head, but we that was a big move straight out the gate, really. So if I hit play, see how big that was. So we hit above price target. Okay, hit above price target. Sure, we sold somewhere around that price target there, but that was a beautiful big fucking push there. Super simple, right, guys? Super, super simple. And again, guys, I promise you right now, if none of this makes fucking sense to you guys right now, it will make sense to you in a month or so. You gotta give yourself time to marinate. Right? When you cooking, you can't barbecue unless you marinate that bitch. You gotta let it marinate in order for you to cook it. Okay. And this is you brewing, stirring up in a pot, ready to be served up. Okay. Okay. Makes sense, yeah? Makes sense. Any questions? Might be good to explain to everyone. Kiki 12-hour February once you're done. Explain. Should I wait for it to vary before I start trading? This is my second. Okay. So before we move forward, does anyone have any questions in regards to entries, price target, or stop losses? Okay. I'm not talking about SPX right now. Stop jumping around. We're not jumping around. We're trying to make this a very productive Zoom Discord session. We're talking about exactly what we're focusing up on here. We're not gonna be jumping around, getting everybody confused. Okay, so yeah, so when it in regards to selling my position, I'm not one to ever leave runners. If I put in $10,000 in a position, I'm gonna sell everything at my price target. I'm gonna sell everything at 25%. I'm gonna sell everything at 50%. I'm gonna sell everything at 100%. I don't believe in runners. That's just me personally. Okay, that's just me personally. Um, but I do know a lot of traders that have great success in regards to runners, letting your money work for you off of house money. But me personally, the reason why I love intraday trading and ODTE trading is I like to make money same day and get out. I like to get out the same day and make money the same day. I like to enter the same day and get out the same day. Hey guys. So no questions on the first live 322. It makes sense to everybody. Who knows? We may get a first live 322 reversal. It's been showing up lately. Now, if you don't have any questions in regards to the first live 322 reversal, again, guys, the first live 322 reversal takes place on the 60-minute time frame. Okay, on the 60-minute time frame. Okay, no questions. Drop a plant emoji, and we'll go over the 4-hour re-trigger. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. My bad if it sounds like I'm a little grumpy right now. I just woke up from a nap. My bad. I just woke up from a nap. Appreciate you guys for showing up though. All right, let's go over the 4-hour re-trigger. Okay. And another session, we'll go over, low probability 322 reversals because there are low probability 322 reversals. Now, oh shit, sorry. Before I move forward, there will be some instances where you have a first live 322 reversal and it does not hit price target. Okay. So what do I do in that case? So if I enter a 322 first live reversal, right? In some instances, I'll sell for the base hit, usually roughly around like 25, 30, 40%, as if I start to see any strugglement before my price target, right? So what that would look like is if we open up inside, okay, if we open up inside, we take out our entry to the upside and boom, let's say hypothetically we're up 15, 20%. Okay, we come back down, it's struggling. Now we're, come back down. Now we're near break even, pops right back up, and it's still struggling to break that same area where we were sitting at 5, 15, 20, 15, 20, 25%. If I see any type of struggle before my magnitude, I'm going to take my money. Okay. Yeah, strugglement. I made that word up. Okay, guys. So again, if I see any type of struggle before my magnitude, I'm gonna go ahead and take my money. Okay. Yeah, you gonna be hearing me talking. You gonna be hearing me saying, pulling up some random ass words. I guess it's just the Bay Area and me. We just be making some shit up as we go. Strugglement. All right. So no questions in regards to the 4 hour. No questions in regards to the 322. We'll move forward to the 4 hour retrigger. The 4 hour retrigger is also one of my favorite setups. We have not taken a single. So in regards to the 322 first live reversal, we have not taken any losses. Okay. So let's just say hypothetically tomorrow, family. Let's say tomorrow I signal to the chat, hey y'all, we got a first live 322 reversal on board. Right, guys? What hold on. He says, I know it takes place on the alley, but you stay on the alley to watch it play out, or you drop down to the five. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a beautiful question, Steph Monte. I stay on the 60 minute the entire time. Okay. I mean, sometimes I would drop down to the 5 or the 15 if I start to see it struggle a little, but I'm typically staying on the 60 minute. Typically staying on the 60 minute. Okay. Yes, you enter on the third bar, which is the second 2 bar. Correct. Okay, just to confirm, if it ends up being a 322 continuation, we would stay cash, correct? Yes. So again, guys, if it ends up being a 322 continuation, depending on the chart, right? Say you have a daily level sitting to the downside, and we got a 322 continuation. You can, if it makes sense, take the 322 continuation to the downside or to the upside. You just need context behind the strat combo itself. Okay. Cast position means we have not taken any trade. Cast position means that we are sitting on our hands. Cast position means that again we're just watching the charts. That's all it is. Okay. So now let's get started with the 4 hour 2-2 reversal. Okay, so 4 hour retrigger. Let's see if I can find a 4 hour retrigger. I think the 4 hour retrigger happened a couple days ago on Monday actually. Yeah. So we had a there you go. Thank you for that. Go ahead and study this here. It's been so. I mean, to be honest with you, I haven't looked at that strat combo chart in fucking years. I just remember everything by heart now. Again, I've been trading the strat since 2022. So all of that is already embedded into my head. But 4 hour 4 hour retrigger, guys. We'll be going over the 4 hour retrigger here. So